Okay, so this is Richard Allen on November 21st, 2024. Thank you for tuning into my video. I want to show off my design for it's basically a model of an ultra efficient car dealership. So I've worked at actually quite a few car dealerships, to be honest with you, and they always have some inefficiencies. And some of the most inefficient dealerships have actually inspired me to come up with my own model for what would be the most ultra hyper efficient dealership possible. And so you really have to consider a lot of factors when it comes to running a very efficient dealership. So all the different factors that are included in running a store, and I think I've pretty much got everything, but parking, reception, service department, sales department, vehicle reconditioning, business offices, other areas included just part of the facility, delivery and pickup areas, places to take pictures, demo route, gas fill ups. Just all the different processes that come with running a dealership, a car dealership. And so I finally sat down a few days ago and started playing with this idea. And this is what I've got, okay? So bear with me here. So from edge to edge, this is a 100-meter square box, okay? 100 meters, roughly around 100 yards, just for reference. And if we're to compare that to, let's say, the store I work at right now, which is Lexus of Wilmington, actually I can turn on Google Earth and I can show you the size of Lexus of Wilmington. I believe it's about 115 meters long, the property that it sits on, and maybe 30 or 40 meters wide. So this will pop up and I can actually show you, I can measure that pretty quickly. So yeah, let's just zoom right in. Going down to Lexus store. Where's all the... No labels, but I'm still able to find it. Okay, so here's the Lexus store. All right, and we're going to put on the measuring tool. And from here to here, that's something like 125 meters. See if I got this right. We're going to go flat. And then we're going to try measuring this again. 122 meters. Wow. So the dealership that I designed is only 100 meters. But it's 100 meters square. So it actually is more square meter, area. So, and the width of Lexus of Wilmington is somewhere around 47, 50 meters. But remember, this whole area is some other business, not even part of our facility. And then I believe this whole area over here, if it is part of our store, I'm not really sure what goes there because I don't even know how to get back into that area. So we pretty much occupy this space for service. There's your car wash, service and car washing. And there's the service intake area. And then you have the business offices and finance. And then you have the showroom over here. And that's it. So, and then you have some some parking here. And then this is going to be parking pretty soon because they tore this building down. Parking all the way down at the Ellesmere Skating Rink over here. So anyway, let's go back and I'll show you my design for an ultra efficient dealership. Okay, switching back. So this is 100 meters end to end, and then 100 meters here to give you a sense of the scale. It's actually very small. Okay, but it's designed to have a throughput of about, I would say, about 1,000 cars a month. So our store, the Lexus of Wilmington, sells 200 roughly, can do maybe 250 on a high pace month. It would, stretch the staff a lot, but we could possibly do it. But this facility is designed to process 1,000 car deals a month, and keep in mind that includes like many more people who come and don't buy a car. So anyway, so let's pull out the first floor. Actually, $115, and then $115. All right, so now I have the 3 floors separated. Okay, and on the first floor, this would be the street. Okay, this would be a street right here. This is not the current lot that we currently occupy. I actually have a couple ideas where this would be, but that's not really part of tonight's video. So on the first floor, customers would enter in here, and these cars go a little bit too far back, but picture there are not as many here, and then the customer could come around here and turn around and find another spot, or eventually exit the building here. So in here, go around, exit here. So the customer comes in, finds a parking spot. Okay, the customer is not worried about what's in the back end of the dealership, and we're going to go over that pretty soon. Okay, the customer entrance is right here. Okay, and then right here is your reception area. Each one of these sections is big enough for a desk for an individual. So there could be a couple different people working reception. Remember, this has to be a very high flow rate. A lot of people, for our design capacity. And then on this side, you would have sales managers. And yes, indeed, you might need, 7 or 8 of them. And then on the other side, you would have the service advisors. Okay, so reception here in the middle, sales managers, and service advisors all around here, and there would be chairs all the way around. Now, this taller part in the middle is a glass office, split into 4 sections. So there's one like this, cut in half here, cut in half here, and then there's a manager, a manager, a manager, a manager. So these are like maybe the general manager of the store, the general sales manager, and then the service manager, and then the assistant service manager. Okay? All right. So on this side over here, there would be an open area. Now this is enclosed with a wall. There's an opening here, but there would be a wall. Now this model doesn't have the walls in it yet, because I want you to be able to see what's inside the walls. And so I haven't even built the walls yet. So, but basically in this area over here would be the service waiting area, and on this side over here would be the sales lounge waiting area. Okay? If you come in for service, you walk up to reception. Reception points you over to service advisor. They give you a service advisor. If you have to wait in line, there could be a queue to wait in line. You get a service advisor. They intake your car. They take your keys, and you can go sit in the lounge and wait for your regular maintenance. Or if they tell you that they're going to take your car and keep it for a week because they're waiting for parts or whatever, that might happen too. So if you approach this desk and you're looking for sales, you go to the reception. Oh, we're looking for sales. Okay. They give you a manager. The manager says, oh, okay, have you shopped with this store in the past? They look you up in the system, get a sense for who you are and what you're looking to do. And then the sales manager or the sales reception manager would pair you up with a salesperson. And now that's a whole other discussion in itself, whether it's an up list or whoever's just standing nearby, or who's standing on point or whatever. There's so many different ways to do it. But anyway, these are all desks. Oh, let me grab the desk. Okay, there we go. So these are all sales desks, okay? Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3 is 21 on this side, plus another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3 is 18. So 21 plus 18 is 39. That's a lot of desks. That's a lot of desks. Okay? And there are cars here. These are cars in the showroom for display. Okay, but these are not, they're inventory units, obviously, but they're not intended to be moved frequently. But they probably will be. And you can actually do a 3-point turn, get the car out this way, and at least, there will be at least space to make the turn. And plus, these are oversized. The box that I made is like basically each one of these is a giant pickup truck. When in reality, they wouldn't be. But there's enough room in here to make the turn, come down here. There wouldn't be, there wouldn't be a wall in the way. You come down here and then you're out in this area where the parking is, and you can either exit the building or there would be a route this direction, and this whole area right here is for service. Okay. Next thing, on the first floor, you have deliveries and drop-offs of all kinds, okay? This is delivery trucks delivering parts. These are car carriers. This is not just like a box truck. This is like, picture a 9-car carrier. There's 2 of them next to each other. And all of this, by the way, is indoors. Every last bit of this entire facility is indoors. And air conditioned and heated. Indoors. Never shovel. Never plow. Never worry about dust covering the cars in the springtime. So all the cars come in here, they get taken off the truck inside, they get positioned over here in this waiting area. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this side you have 9, and then there's some more overflow here. All right. And then when cars get dropped off with a tow truck or a flatbed, they can either come in this way. I would think that they come in this way. I think I should probably turn this guy. Rotate. 180. Move it. Okay, so picture this. This is a flatbed. He's going to drop off a car here, and then he's going to go out this way. There's an exit right there. So all designed to be super hyper efficient, okay? There will be space to get these cars, like when somebody's service car is sitting in the customer parking, you can take that car and drive it into the service bay, okay? And then drive it back out into customer parking to, when they're done with their routine maintenance or whatever, okay? So then, you don't see it in this model, but there is a ramp that goes, it goes out to the street here, and it goes up this direction. Now let's go to the second floor, all right? And we're going to look at the second floor now. The second floor shows the ramp coming down, okay? That ramp is actually over here, and it would overlap. Some of these cars should not be here. I need to get rid of like a few of these cars to make way for that ramp. So that ramp leads up to the second floor. Okay. And when you sit down and have a discussion with somebody, a sales customer, you can request a car to be positioned for a test drive before you even go upstairs. So then you go up the up escalator, and there will be obviously stairs for fire safety and an elevator for handicapped folks. But I think the majority of people would probably just use the escalator. And then you end up upstairs, and most of the cars for test drives will be positioned here along this side. And you're going to end up here when you're coming off the escalator, and you go right over to the car you want to test drive. And by that point, you've probably seen an estimated payment for what this car is going to cost you. You just jump in the car. The salesperson naturally will drive out of the garage, okay, and around the corner, and then switch to let the customer drive the car. The customer goes on the pre-designated test drive route, and depending on their own comfort, if they're comfortable driving back into the garage, they're welcome to, and then they pull the car back around and can park in one of these spaces when they're finished their test drive. Now, if they've seen their there will be some folks who will already have their credits submitted, and they just need to test drive the car and make sure that it's what they really like. And those folks may be able to sometimes go right into finance department, which is on the second floor. Okay, very important. Finance is on the second floor. You also have a restaurant in here, and you have I think the labels are, where's the labels? Okay, business office, lounge for sales. Those are on the first floor. Where'd my labels go? Oh, man. Oh, they're connected. Oh, I didn't connect them to the second floor. All right, so they didn't move. But basically, there's a conference room, employee break room, finance department, a small restaurant cafe kind of thing, and bathrooms, of course, on the second floor. And then on the opposite side of the second floor, you have a place for body repair, washing and detailing, and taking pictures of the cars. Okay, so that all happens here and here. So this is your detailing, body repair, and taking pictures. And then this side is your conference room, employee break room, small restaurant, cafe kind of thing, and finance offices. Okay, it's all really going to be like efficiently laid out. Now you're going to have employee parking basically along the back end here, and you're going to have mainly pretty much a used car lot that holds about 80 cars. I think it's about 70, 80, 90 cars in this area right here. Okay, now that's mainly for used cars. And then you have space for upwards of, was there 600 on this side, and you have 1,200 spaces. Now this is an automated car storage system where each one of these rows has its own carriage to move cars up and down. So there's a carriage in here, there's a carriage in here. Okay. And I haven't quite, gotten to the point where I have it really laid out where these carriages come down and drop off the cars, because that's all getting mixed in here. I'm kind of thinking I need to add a whole other level of parking and offices. So it would be first floor, second floor, third floor, and then all of this storage above that. So, and it's very tall. And the good thing about it being tall is if you position this near the Wilmington Viaduct, which is where 95 is raised, this would have enough height that the people driving on I-95 through Wilmington would see a lot of these cars. Okay? So that's the basics. And I want to show you where I have in mind to place this thing. So this is the Wilmington Riverfront, and this is all parking for the baseball field. This is the Wilmington Blue Rocks field, but I believe, because you have to enter on this side, and I believe that this end of the parking gets very little usage. So you actually have a 100 meters, watch this. Bam, 100 meters right there. And then this direction, you're going to around here. To get 100 meters, you're going about there and then square it off. So you would have to cut off this much of this parking lot. And then from I-95, you would see this huge structure. You know, we'll call it Lexus of Wilmington, but honestly, this dealership facility could be used for any brand. And when you don't have 1,200 new cars, which you likely won't, you'll put a lot of your used cars in those spots. I mean, you can, until you really prove to the manufacturer that they should be sending you this many cars, you can fill up those spots with used cars for the time being. Okay, so that is the concept of the most perfectly efficient car dealership. If you have some thoughts or ideas, feel free to discuss it with me. All right, talk to you soon. Thanks.